Guys, stop! You have to record!
Let's get it. Y'all good? Y'all good? We good? We good? Yo, Ja, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Not the bottom.
All day.
I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna hit it.
Pros all day.
Yeah, we here. Tune in, baby.
Videos all day, baby, all day.
Yeah. What's going on? Is GVO Nation in the building.
How y'all
Got your
doing?
boy Juju.
Reef over here.
We just chilling. How y'all doing? Welcome to the Good Vibe Tribe. If you want to join, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Also hit that notification bell. Make sure it notifies you every time we record or post a video. We just posted our interview with Dakota. You're gonna be seeing this on Monday, but today is Thursday, so if you haven't checked it out by Monday, now's your chance.
Stay tuned, stay tuned for that more comment.
Of course.
For the more comment.
Yeah.
For that more content.
We've been gone for a little bit, we took a little break and we back, you know what I'm saying?
So
we're one less, but we back,
So we gonna start off first by saying how we did in our other video with Dakota and Daco Tech talking about all that business. Jocelyn, Ja Boogie, Ja, whatever you want to call
third brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Light-skinned teddy bear, whatever you want to call it, bro.
All that,
whatever.
You know what I'm saying? Explaining why he hasn't been here with us for a while. Now it's been a couple of months. Ja right now is continuing his football career in the collegiate level, getting some of that education in, as well as
like to see.
Doing what he loves, continue playing football.
Yes, sir.
For real. So, but soon enough, he will be coming back to us. The channel
you watching this too, Jocelyn.
Yeah,
you're doing big things.
So 100%, just keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing, and when you get back, obviously in these next couple of weeks, we'll have some more videos for y'all. 100%, stay tuned for all that.
And we'll definitely have some. Maybe if my boy got any, workout tips or anything, just stay tuned. We might have some for y'all, just to keep y'all updated. But he will be back with us soon, about a month or so. But for right now, we taking over, doing what we got to do. So, we just want to start off,
just letting y'all know what we've been up to and why one of our main brothers ain't with us right now, you know what I'm saying? But as long as you know that he's doing big things, and we just gonna obviously keep on supporting him,
of course,
with everything he's gonna do and want to keep doing,
But getting into it though, let's just get into it, bro. Yeah, what you been up to, bro? Like what you've been doing, what you've been up to, like working.
So
what you been doing
lately? Right now, your boy is going into the United States Marine Corps.
Yes, sir.
So just been working a little bit these couple of days, as well as just doing my workouts and just getting ready and getting prepared to take that next step in my life. What about you, my guy? What have you been up to?
Just been working. I've been working bartending again. I work at like a catering spot. I bartend. I run food. I serve tables. Whatever they need me to do, I do it. I do that on weekends, but during the weeks, I've gotten back on the GVO thing. I've been busy. I went out to DR, for a week. So I've been busy. I've been all over the place, but it feels good to be back. I took this week for GVO. Working on GVO, making sure we have schedules down. We have upload schedules. Recording, editing, everything for you guys, because we don't want to, especially me. And I know my brother feels the same way. We don't want to have another long period. A month from not recording or not posting something. That don't look good. And personally for us, we don't feel good, and it just feels good to be back on the camera. 100%. Feels good to be back with you people, and as that's pretty much it.
Just having y'all hear what we got to say. You know what I'm saying? A lot of what we're always been talking about and what we have been talking about has been a little toss up here and there. You know what I'm saying? But just hang with us. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep on getting into more serious notes, you know what I'm saying? Keep looking into things that are now happening a lot politically around the world, as well as cultural impacts that are gonna be occurring and everything like that. When it comes to the economy, how money's looking, the video that you're gonna see with Dakota, you know,
very informative video. It's out right now if y'all want to check it out. Yeah, you know, he's 100%. Talking about business. He's talking about what he does, how he, you know, works with his stocks, and you know, he's laying out a lot for you guys to really listen to, especially if you're in school or you in a stage in your life where, you know, you want to take that leap forward, and you know, you don't want to go the traditional route with your school, 9 to 5, whatever. And you like me personally, I don't want to go down that route. So what am I doing? I'm working, doing this YouTube thing, building a brand for myself, also making money, saving, investing, making sure I'm good for my future. Because personally, me, I feel, you know, wasting 4 years, I could be investing all those 4 years. I could be working those 4 years, making money. I could be meeting new people, making connections with brokers, or making connections with people who are high in their positions at work. You know, and the guy like Dakota, he talks about it in his video. And me always, you know, being a close friend of his, you know, I see it in him. And he tells me all the time, bro, it's not about school, it's not about getting a degree, it's not about, you know what I'm saying, getting that 4 years. It's about, you know what I'm saying, bettering yourself as a person, you know, getting as much skills as possible, you know, whether that be, you know, making music or making videos or writing or anything, you know, anything creative. If you feel that you know, are creative enough and you feel that your craft it could sell and it could be something that people would love and it can appease to the crowd, go out and do it. Like, don't be scared, you know. When you're scared, you're in that same mindset, you know what I'm saying? But once you, because I'm going to go from personal experience, this right here, you know, I was scared to put myself out there, but I did it and it feels good now, you know, just to talk and, you know, just have, you know, a platform where I can express myself, you know.
And I mean, 100%, like, if we can do it, you guys can do it.
Of course.
Anything that you want to do, you got to understand, us as human beings,
we do anything.
There's
no
nothing
limits.
we
have no limitations, you know. You know, people might tell us we have it, you know, growing up, going to school, but we don't have limitations. We're limited. We're unlimited. Like unlimited data on your phone. We're unlimited. But nowadays we're going into a transition where, you know, it's different. People aren't, I'm not trying to say, you know, they're not real, but it's like we have like artifacts, you know, like what do you call that, like on the game, like that, the non-playing character, the NPC. Yeah, that's how people are right now, you know, just walking by and just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know,
not thinking everything is the same and everything's going good.
It's a lot about just grabbing life by
the balls.
Yeah, for real.
So you gotta do it.
And nothing will stop you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And where it comes from, it comes from a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? If you have doubts, it's always you having doubts, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what others think or how other people can doubt you, because at the end of the day, it really is your life, you know what I'm saying? It really is what you're trying to accomplish. And like how my brother said, you know what I'm saying? Like anything that you trying to do, you know what I'm saying? We are limitless. Yeah. What we can do is limitless. Like, when it comes to any type of your passion, like anything that you're passionate about, right? Anything that you enjoy. It's not always about taking the time and doing work, right? Working to then pursue something that you're passionate about. You can pursue something that you're passionate about when you're really good at it, and then you'll go from there and then gain what you want to gain in life from that.
Of course. Now, yeah, but y'all see, if y'all been tuned in since video 1, room is changed a little bit. You know, we did change. Is now you see the Cavaliers flag, not the Dominican flag. Flip my room around because personally for us, you know, it's not just me in here now. You know, I have my brother who is always here now. You know, we're working and we need space. You know, we don't have an office space yet or nothing besides my room. So, I'm making the best out of it, you know, try to move stuff around, try to give us, you know, more space and, I feel, you know, especially with us too, it's gonna work, you know. But
and then also
we'll see what we'll do, man. You know, give us suggestions too on what we can do. You know, videos or, you know, setups or whatever. You know, we take any feedback. Just leave them in the comments. We appreciate it.
Let us know about the quality of our mic. You know what I'm saying?
Let us know how cop the mic too.
How it's going. And we're gonna try to bring a lot more interactive content. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Obviously, a lot of us, what our true nature is as a podcast in here and having a conversation between us and with y'all, talking about what is going on nowadays in life, as well as going out to the public and doing real time live podcasts, live talks with just interviews. random people, you know, interviews and all that.
We're very close, you know, to schools, you know, Rutgers, you know, seeing a lot of schools, you know, New York City, Philadelphia. We're in the middle of a hub of just a lot of universities and a lot of partying, a lot of people out, and you know, we don't go to school, but we know people that do go to school. We can go to those schools, interview those people, have fun, be interactive, you know, have something different for the audience, of course, and not just be a traditional sit-down podcast. So we listen to us talk.
So just let us know, you know, as well as some other news that's coming upon us that New York City, obviously, now during the start of COVID and getting into COVID and all that, it closed down a lot of businesses, bars, and areas of gathering, you know what I'm saying, closed down completely or closed down early and all that. But as of now, or not even as of now, but as of lately, they have been staying open until midnight, past that to 1 o'clock, which has changed the whole dynamic. Hopefully, unfortunately, in my opinion, New York City, during all this corona and
it's a dead city.
Unrest that has been going, everything that's been going on with corona and all the unrest that's been going on, a lot of stores have been closed or just haven't been opening until late, as well as a lot of things have been damaged and people haven't been able to go out and enjoy New York City how it used to be. You know, the city of lights, the city that never sleeps.
New York is a city you go to and you can barely even walk because of how much people they're supposed to. You know, it's the grandest city in the world. That's where all people around the world go to. You know, you look at New York in itself, the most diverse, you know, area probably in the whole world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Over 800 different languages being spoken, any nationality you can speak of, Dominican neighborhoods, Puerto Rican neighborhoods, Arabic neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, white neighborhoods, anything. You know what I'm saying? New York could be its own country.
Oh, yeah.
But there's also, there's underlying things that's going on, especially with this COVID. You know, the restaurant business, the hospitality business, the retail business. Like, I seen something who said about 74% of, like, all business owners in New York for, like, restaurants and bars said half of their clientele since COVID has just been gone because, of course, the restrictions. And a lot of people don't want to go outside. You know, a lot of people are scared to even go outside, to be around people. But, you know, Cuomo said, you know, he feels, especially with their economy not as, you know, it dropped a lot, you know, the New York economy. He's saying that hopefully this helps, you know, but I think also they're upping the capacity level too. I'm not really sure, but they might be upping the capacity level also in restaurants, because I know that they're already doing indoors in New York, but
well as probably,
I think they're probably gonna up that because it was just that 1 hour, but if it's gonna, I mean, they could up it, you know, you never know, but you're still gonna have to wear a mask, you're still gonna have to do everything COVID related, of course, but it's that's what it is, man. You know, like there was this guy, he's one of the executive like directors for I think it's the New York City hospitality I think it was like the Hospitality Association or Alliance or something like that. He was saying, he's urging them to start it up because, you know, the more you stop prohibiting people from eating out and doing all these things, when it reopens again, I don't think people are going to want to go back, because when you get used to something, you're not going to want to go back to what you're not used to anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what opening up is gonna do for New York, especially, it's gonna have more people coming to their state, because that's another big thing. Tourism in New York is dead. Like if you in New York, is either you live there or you got family there. Besides that, you're not in New York for there's no reason to be in New York. Like, we have cities and states being built right now, basically new cities, just being formed, like states like Florida, states like Texas, Arizona, Tennessee, like South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. Those states are getting everything that New York is losing, they're gaining.
As well as how Georgia also is becoming the first southern state to legalize the use of recreational marijuana, which is
New York also, they legalized marijuana too.
Yeah,
that's
and
true.
obviously being in
That's
between New Jersey legalizing marijuana, and you have Connecticut and those northern states, Massachusetts, all of that,
Vermont, New Hampshire, all those states.
Yeah, and but having Georgia, becoming the first southern state to legalize marijuana, and doing that within their original plan of doing it in the next 10 to 20 years.
It's also gonna pressure a lot of states around them too, and that's the thing people don't understand, because now you have states near them who don't have legalized marijuana, and they're gonna want to get legalized marijuana. So they're gonna go across state lines, and they say if you go across state lines, you're not supposed to leave. You're supposed to smoke it there and leave. But what we're seeing is people are actually taking a bunch, and we don't know what that's doing. That could be going back into the inner cities, being sold, or it can just, you know what I'm saying? You never know where that's going, and it's gonna mess up with the laws. But another thing about it is the South is very traditional, but if you think about the southern states, Georgia is probably the most south you get right there. So Georgia's putting, it's a big statement for Georgia
it's definitely
to legalize it.
And at that point too, a lot of it is coming with our federal government still not legalizing marijuana at all. You know what I'm saying? It really is a conflict between local, state, and federal government when it comes to it. But when we also get to the fact of that, Georgia itself, how my boy Juju said, it's blowing up with their economy, with tourism. A lot of people are going down south because of the freedom of
it was free down there,
of how they're working, how they're working with COVID, how they're allowing people to necessarily choose how they want to respond and deal with COVID themselves. Being in our great country, you know what I'm saying? It's all about your freedom of choice, and if we can't choose whether or not you want to put a mask on or not, or you eat somewhere out with a certain amount of people, if you can have amount of people in your party, or even having getting the vaccine, going to certain places with that, or not getting the vaccine, going to a state that is starting to move into the legalization of marijuana. It's now pumping more money into their economy. That's a big thing. Like how my boy said, you don't know where the drugs are going. If people take it out from different states, it could be going into those inner cities. It could be going into those communities that are being damaged by unregulated drugs. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily a good thing, but it's also not a bad thing. If you can regulate the drugs that are going into different places, or how much people can buy, making sure that it is good. I don't know personally myself, but I've heard stories of other people getting bad marijuana and having
I have a cousin who
and having a bad trip, you know what I'm saying?
And he's
and
no bueno.
could necessarily die, you know what I'm saying, be hospitalized. And if we can take a normalized drug like marijuana and have it regulated, make sure that it's cleaned and it's necessarily boosting our economy. You know what I'm saying?
Because a lot of
it's something good to look at.
A lot of it is, personally me, when it comes to it, I'm for, marijuana because of a lot of the arrest rates, and that's going to go down, with a lot of people getting caught for having a dime on them, you know what I'm saying, and getting 5 to 10 years in jail just for having personal use on them, not even to sell. So that's going to be another thing where we're going to see a lot of people who are false. This is something I want to see. I want to see, not just people who have tickets, or pending cases. I want to see people who are actually arrested, put in jail, and then get an expulsion order. That's what I really want to see happen, because if you're going to do it for us now who haven't got caught, or people who did get caught just with a ticket, I don't think it's fair, unless if it's a person selling it, or that's different. That's paraphernalia at that point. That's 100%. Not even your use. I'm talking about personal use. My thing is, I personally, I want to push more of the medical marijuana to people, not just recreational, because the recreational weed compared to medical is not the same, because the medical one is more potent, more stronger, and it's gonna hit you harder because that's what it's for. And personally, me, when us living in Jersey, I'm looking more into the medical side of it, more into to how it's gonna heal, different things for people. I know Parkinson's and a lot of different epilepsy, different things with like seizures and people and sleeping and even I seen
joint pain,
chronic pain. I seen with what they're doing with acid right now. Actually, they're experimenting a lot with acid with people with schizophrenia and people with different types of mental diseases. And a lot of studies are coming back as with magic, they have shrooms also, which the studies are coming back pretty good and saying that, showing that psychedelics are effective for some mental diseases, because back in the day we used to use these medicines, we used to use weed, we used to use psychedelics to heal us, and we've gone away from that. We've gone away from a lot of naturalized medicines, and I think that's what we're seeing what's happening personally with the world and our health. And also I just want to get back on the New York thing. If you do live in New York, or if you want to visit New York, April 19th, that weekend, or April 19th, or is it April? Yeah, April 19th to April 20th. I think that's the weekend. That weekend is going to be the first weekend for April 19th is going to be for the bars. April 22nd is going to be Governor Cuomo's allowing 20% capacity at racing events or audio racing events, so like horse events. So people who bet on horses and do that, I know that's a big one that people have been missing, and they're opening it up.
Especially with the weather, what I'm saying. It's starting the weather's getting better. Summer, what I'm saying.
So it's horse racing season. It's car racing season. That's what it is right now. So those people who enjoy that, you're gonna be able to. It's still 20 capacity. You still have to have proof of negative test or completed vaccinations. But
it's a process.
It's a process. This is how it is.
We've never had to deal with. Obviously a pandemic, a large medical crisis that has been going on and hitting the world, so we have to.
Well, we just never seen how the governments and the countries of the world responded. The world's never responded the way it's responded, with the governments, how they've taken control of everything. So the thing about COVID is there's positives, of course, with positives being new things are going to be invented, new things are going to be popularized. The wealth is going to be transferred to different people. Different people are going to get richer, different people are going to be poor. We're in a transition period right now, and if you don't know that and you just think this is COVID, we're in a transitional period. COVID has to do with it, of course, but we're in a transitional period when it comes to money, economics, everything,
No,
and 100%. You just gotta, like we said in our first ever video, you just gotta adapt to the times, bro, and just keep going, and I seen what's it called? Now, yeah, but also I seen in New York State, they said going back to this, they were talking about during January there was around 9,000 cases of COVID, and they said around this time now it's still above 400, but it's lower to like 5,000 cases. So with that, the reason they're opening up is because it said that about a quarter of New York, so that's like 25% of New York, has been vaccinated already.
Yeah.
So
and
it's the rollouts are gonna go fast.
And that's one thing that I was thinking about touching upon. The fact that now, since you have majority of people in that state, you know what I'm saying, and now if I know not necessarily majority of the country, but a lot of people that are in high risk areas, or just a lot of people that do get the vaccines. Now, are we going to lean into now opening everything at full capacity if everybody has a vaccine, or if everybody in that room has a vaccine? Is that what we're gonna do? Or now, since everybody has a vaccine, we're not wearing masks, because the whole purpose of it is not to, what I'm saying?
It's a slippery slope, because there's people that will tell you that is effective, but then people tell you, governments are telling you, the CDC is telling you it's not a cure. It's just it's like something just to neutralize the disease, or just to get it right before it mutates, or right before it goes, like they're treating it like a cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you treat cancer. Like, you take a tumor out so it doesn't spread to the rest of the body. When you know what I'm saying, you isolate that tumor, take it out, and then so it doesn't go to the rest of the body. So the thing about COVID is a lot of COVID is just being informed. That's it, guys. Just make sure to be informed, and make sure to do your own personal research, because that's the only way I feel. You guys as people, individuals, you're gonna feel better, with yourselves, because a lot of people this is uncertain times right now, very uncertain.
And I mean, 100%, back in the day, and even to now, hopefully, that we still keep it as a concept. You don't necessarily take what someone says as true. You know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily believe everything you read online, or believe everything you see.
That's the beauty of this country.
Yeah, it's all about doing your own research and citing multiple sources. You know what I'm saying? If A, B, and C all say one thing, you know what I'm saying, but D, E, and F all say the exact same thing. All right, are you gonna just believe A over those three, or B over those three, or how are we gonna do it? You know what I'm saying? So, knowledge, I believe, obviously, knowledge is power. So, the more you learn and actually look into different sources, not just looking into 3 different sources that all say the same thing word for word. You know what I'm saying? Try to find people that counter what you believe, or counter word for word. You know what I'm saying? Try to find people that counter what you believe, or counter what everything, or what the other sources are saying. Just so you can see another concept, and then just another perspective. Yeah, another perspective, and then you get into reading that, and then you see what else is going on. And I don't want to necessarily don't quote me on this necessarily, but I've seen many of clips where you get the renowned Dr. Fauci saying one thing, and then saying one thing, and then going back and then saying another, or how the Johnson & Johnson vaccine itself was effective, or now because it's killed 6 people out of 6.25 or 27 million people that have taken the vaccine, they started to die down on using it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about looking at different,
because in the beginning,
different sources.
Beginning of it, like, we saw, like, people were quick to get it, because people just want to go outside. People want to live. People want to go back to their lives, and that's everybody, even if you're a person who people may think, you're a doubter. No, I'm not. There's people that are doubters. There's just people that, they have a different perspective to things. They have different beliefs. That's the beauty of America. We're not supposed to all think the same here. That's the thing.
There wouldn't even be two. There shouldn't even be 2 sides to it. You know what I'm saying?
There should be many sides to it.
Me and Juju might agree on one thing, but we have different views on another.
Of course.
Me, Juju, Ja, we might all agree on one thing, but we all might have complete separate views on another. So you have 3 views for one thing, you know what I'm saying? And now there's hundreds of millions of us Americans You know what I'm saying? There are some stuff that, all right, a handful of us will agree with this, or a handful of us will agree with that, but to all of us agree on one thing, it just can't be possible, because we are so diverse.
There's too many different types of people. You know, you have, you know, black people, white people, but besides that, you have, you know, Africans from actually being from, you know, actual African, you know, immigrants, and you have your African Americans who are here, you know, that've been here, and you have, you know, when you go to white, and you got Native Americans, and you go to Spanish people here, you go Dominican, Puerto Rican, South American, you go Asia. We have every single country in the world in one. So to think that we're gonna all think the same, or it's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's the most impossible thing in the world.
Different religions, you know, even different upbringings. When Julian's talking about how not as like olden times, but we used to, a lot of different countries, you know, had natural medicines. So we have natural medicines that might not.
You still go to India. You go to India, you'll still find a lot of natural. Their doctors use all natural.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
And there's a lot.
There's nothing from the Western world. It's all natural.
Yeah, in Asian countries, you know, there's a lot of acupuncturists. They might say, doing this type of acupuncture will save you from a heart attack. But maybe here we're like, no, you need a heart surgeon. You know, it's all different things that coming together also what makes this country great. You know what I'm saying?
And you know, going off that, you know, another place, you know, actually not in the country, this is overseas in Europe, they're also actually lifting up their COVID restrictions in Greece. And I think they're joining, it's like 10 countries or 8 or 10 countries. You know, you got Cyprus, you got, I think, Israel, countries like that, who they have opened up. But Greece, you know, they're lifting it, and they're allowing travelers only, though. You know, it's restricted still with who can come in the country. You know, you have to be from the United States Arab Emirates, the United Kingdom. I meant to say the United Arab, my fault. And the United States of America. And there's also, I think the the European Union countries. So like any other, like France and those countries, they can also go on. And, you know, just, of course, same with everything else. You got to get vaccinated, or you got to make sure you get a test 72 hours before your flight.
Make sure you test negative, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Make sure, you know, that's to stay healthy, you know. I believe right now they're still doing, or like in March, April right now, before they reopened, they were letting a lot of you know, Israelis who did get the vaccine already come into the country, but they still had to, you know, they could come in without the test, but they still had to do the 1-week quarantine. But with this new restriction, which is going to start, I believe, in the middle of May, there's not going to be you know, it's just going to be, it's going to be a free country. You know, open country, you know, for people to visit, vacation. And that's the thing. A lot of countries are losing money, you know, especially Greece. You know, Greece is a country that's coming into the COVID. They were in a 10-year, you know, financial crisis, you know, and they were going into a pandemic with a financial crisis. And, you know, just imagine how much money they probably lost, you know what I'm saying, within, you know, their tourism and everything is dead. And that's one of their main, you know, attractions. You know, Greece is a beautiful country.
100%.
But the thing about them is they didn't really close their country. You know, they didn't, like other European countries, they actually had a really light COVID restriction because they didn't have as many cases till later on in the year, into the winter. Then they closed from November till now. But, you know, Greece, I would go to Greece, honestly.
Honestly, I saw like
they said two
Naples,
borders.
Naples was also open, you know. Now it's for me personally, it's getting a little bit more into going outside. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying nature. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying the fresh air, so to speak. You know, before hitting COVID, you know, before that global crisis, there was a lot of crises that was coming upon our wildlife with all the fires in California and Australia with all that going on, you know.
They had like cyclones and stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's all about being able to get back into nature, you know what I'm saying? And personally, that's something that I enjoy, you know. Maybe if you do like the city scene and all that, obviously you take into consideration all the, not restrictions, but all the things that you need to, the steps that you need to take to do everything safely, of course. But you know, there's also a lot of things to do. You know what I'm saying? There are a lot of things to do, and not necessarily needing to be around a lot of people to have a good time or have, you know what I'm saying, have fun with the cities or going to bars or anything like that, clubs or even games. You know, a lot of stadiums and all that are starting to open back up, which is great. You know what I'm saying? It's all about fan experience. You know, personally, if we had a 4 or 5 year drought of not having any fan experiences, first it takes an impact to our players. You know,
think about it.
Our athletes.
This weekend, you know what I'm saying, if you're a wrestling fan, they had WrestleMania in Florida, over 55,000 people in the stadium. When would you think during these times we will have a stadium with 55,000 people?
Right.
Just think about that. That's crazy.
And there was also I believe, I'm not exactly sure.
Even the NFL, even the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl had like 25,000, 30,000 people.
I'm not even like necessarily a big fan of baseball like that, but I'm pretty sure
baseball's
one of the biggest crowds that we had during or after the whole like climax of the pandemic. We had a really big stadium open, and just being around people obviously is great in that environment, but there's some people that do enjoy that, you know, and there's a whole lot, you know.
Hey, but switching up the topic, you know what I'm saying? Let's lighten up the mood, you know. Let's talk about some sports, you know. You seen the Nets? They were stacking up, got KD, you know, then they got James Harden, then they got Blake Griffin, and then they got LaMarcus Aldridge. But, you know, today, breaking news, LaMarcus Aldridge actually announced his retirement from the NBA after a long stint. I think about, you know, I think almost 15 to 16 years in the league. You know, I think it was 15 years in the league. Great. He played for the Portland Trailblazers for about 9. Started his career there. Then he moved on to San Antonio. Played 6 years there, and then ultimately to the Nets. You know, it's a guy. He went Texas. He was a Texas Longhorn. You know, averaged 13 points, 8.6 rebounds, 1.3 steals, and 1.8 blocks in college. That's pretty good. You know, and you know, he's a career scorer of 19 points, 8 rebounds, 49% from the field, and 81% from the free throw line. You know, if you think about LaMarcus Aldridge, this is a guy that he was one of the original, in the 2000s and 2010s, original stretch fours. You know, he can shoot the ball like no other big man like him. So he had a great career, I believe. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer per se, but a great career. You know, he was a great, 7-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA teams. So, you know, he's a guy that he did his thing. Played with, you know, guys like Brandon Roy, Damian Lillard, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. You know, this guy's played with superstars, you know. So, you know, God bless him. You know, I think he was having irregular heartbeats. So, you know, that's a serious issue, you know, and I wish the best for him. And, you know, health comes first, man. That's all it is. Health comes first, and I appreciate the years he gave to the fans, but I hope that he
has fun on his next
journey. You know, a lot of athletes say the best time of their lives is after they retire, because they realize a lot of things about themselves, and they learn a lot of things that they never were able to learn. You know.
And going off with that, you know what I'm saying? Big thank you for all the Patriots fans. Julian Edelman.
Yeah, he also retired.
He also retired this past week, and that's crazy. You know how how many years that he's been with the Patriots, with the Super Bowls that he brought, and just
the plays he made, man.
Yeah, you know,
he made
some
great plays
he
as a
made
player.
Some great plays, and being in that dynasty of the Patriots, you know what I'm saying? He stuck with them and finishing his last year off. Unfortunately, obviously, he wasn't there with Gronk and Brady, but you know he stayed true to what he was doing, where he was at, and hopefully I hope that he has great endeavors, you know, after what he does.
That was a guy that in college and high school, his whole life, he was a quarterback, and going into the NFL, they said, you know, I don't think a quarterback is your position. Became a wide receiver, and he was a small guy too. He wasn't the biggest guys out there. He's one of the smallest guys out in the field, but he's one of the toughest guys out in that field.
Oh yeah, I mean, you see plenty of
that guy took a lot of hits.
A lot of hits, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of yards after contact, you know what I'm saying?
He was a good player. He you know, like LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't think he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
But he was a key player.
You know NFL is different, the Hall of Fame.
No,
NBA.
yeah.
You know, NBA, you could trip over your laces and make a basket and go into the Hall of Fame. In football, I feel like you have to like be actually like a top player in history to like even be considered, like to even be in that conversation.
And I mean, that's the one thing. I mean, depending if you're a fan or not, a lot of people say maybe he wasn't as great of a player if he didn't have as great of a quarterback as Tom Brady for all those years. But I mean, I will not take away from any of his accomplishments. Obviously, I hope and no one else does, because playing football for all my years that I have been playing, it's definitely not an easy sport in itself. It's definitely not an easy task to be a receiver, and especially not necessarily being the biggest guy or being the fastest or being the strongest. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a challenge, and he got up to the challenge. He stepped up to the play, and he was able to perform, and he performed well.
Yeah, great things for Edelman. You know, also in the news I seen, you know, it's weird. You know, I don't know. I found this interesting. So Kanye West, his original Air Yeezys. This is back 2008 when he was signed with Nike. You know, and apparently I seen that they're holding an auction for it, and auction bid is going to start around like $1 million. So like, I think Kanye himself, he wore the shoes at the 2008 Grammys, I'm pretty sure, and that was a big reason why they didn't release them, or there's a big reason why, you know, Nike didn't want, you know, really to. They were kind of mad because, you know, I think in the fashion industry is you never show your work before it's released, or some you know, you don't really want to show what you have before you release it, because that's an industry where a lot of people, you know, they take off of each other, because it's fashion. It's only so limited to what you can actually do, to what people are actually going to wear, that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean that's where
I seen
that's where he translated over to
of course because he said I'm pretty sure in 2009 they released like a limited series, and I'm pretty sure they released two, like one in 2009 and then the second shoe in 2012, and after that they discontinued it, of course, because Kanye, you know, he didn't like that he wasn't getting most of the he wasn't getting a lot of the revenue in himself, because he created the shoe himself. Like, you know, when it comes to Adidas, he signed with Adidas, and you look at now, he's not even the sole designer for his shoes. He's just, you know, one of the most, he has the most influence on them, but he's not the designer on them. Yeah. And you look at it, he's getting money. He's getting more money from Adidas doing less than he is from Nike doing more. And you remember when Kanye signed Adidas, dropped that first Yeezy, bro, everybody was buying them, bro.
Yeah, everybody, you know. I even remember I was in the city. Funny enough, I was in New York City, and just scrolling through. At that point, I was a pretty big sneakerhead. Just looking through and seeing that Kanye dropped his Yeezys, you know what I'm saying? And it was a big thing, you know, staying in line for a lot of different like high-end sneaker stores, or just waiting until Kith dropped them, or maybe they had a couple in stock. I mean, that's I would say that shoe coming out is almost as big as Jordan, you know what I'm saying? When Jordan was dropping his shoes, I mean, and even to today, you know, the Chicago, like a couple years back when the Chicago ones, they had a new release, but it was from the classics. I was standing in line with my brother for almost 10 hours, you know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, obviously,
that sneakerhead love is different, bro.
Yeah, and
sneakerheads are built different.
It's something, but it's a type of
hustle. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely a type of hustle, and
make money from it too. If you know, I have one of my cousins. His dad, you know, he was really into, you know, reselling shoes, and you make money. You make your money. You just gotta have connections, know where to find, and you'll make your money, bro.
I mean, especially if the shoe hasn't dropped in the last 10 years plus. You know,
if you're fortunate enough, you know, to get a couple, because you know, sneakerheads, they don't, or especially resellers, they don't just. What the fuck is wrong with this dog, bro? All right, bro. But like I was saying, my dog, you know. But like I was saying, most resellers, they don't just buy one shoe. They most times they buy multiple, you know, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. And they clear, you know.
It's the same thing that happened with the PS5, you know. So many people were buying multiple PS5s to where the game system itself was $500 itself, and now people are reselling it for almost double, triple that. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B bought 5 or 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? My opinion, I don't know why you need that many, but for if you have the money and all that, obviously people will do it, and to resell. And that's one of the great things also. When it comes to the country, it's the capitalism, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that has something that someone else wants and wants to pay for it, you know, kudos to you for getting there first, or having that money to buy it, to resell it, or to do whatever you really want.
Bands.
Yeah.
Spent like 3 bands on that shit.
Yeah.
That's nothing to her, bro.
It's not even that. It's the
crazy.
whole point of reselling it.
Nah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
she's
saying?
definitely, but
you
3 bands.
You buy it for even now. You know what I'm saying? It's still hard to get.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? You bought it for 500. Even if you bought it for 600-700, you know, you can still sell it for 8 to 1200. You know what I'm saying? And make your money.
My biggest recommendation to y'all is, with all that money at that point, get a gaming PC. Get a gaming PC, because nothing can beat a PC. Like, I'm sorry, like the amount of space a actual gaming PC holds, and what you can do when you're playing like any game on it, and what you can put in the games mod, it's crazy.
I would also say just the fact that
it's better, you know, when it comes to shooters and all that. It's more it's a faster. What do you call that? Like faster.
It's like a reaction time.
Yeah, the reaction time, everything.
I would say it also comes down to it, you know, building it. You know what I'm saying? If anything that you know 100% about something, obviously it's the best thing. You know what I'm saying? If you know 100% and what you're putting into your PC and everything that it's capable of, or with all the specs and everything like that, I mean, you can't go wrong with it, you know what I'm saying? Or if that comes to a certain sport, or that comes to a certain job, you know, if you're a car mechanic and you know everything about a car, are you going to a mechanic, or are you able to do it yourself? You know what I'm saying? Or your Xbox breaks, are you gonna have to go somewhere where you're gonna be charged an arm and a leg because you don't necessarily know, you know what I'm saying? And they'll charge you because you don't know, unfortunately, or you know all the ins and outs to where you know specifically what you need.
Bro, that TV I bought yesterday, bro, and the fucking storage is gone. Fuck. Nah, yeah, like that TV I bought yesterday, bro. What, I went to Target. It was like 24-inch, like 150. Like 150 something.
Yeah, the monitor. Yeah.
In Target, I pulled.
No, it was
a bigger one.
No,
it was a 28. I'm pretty sure.
No,
it was 28.
It was
no, it was a 24. It was the same
24.
exact
No,
television.
but it was this one's the same, but it was with tax. It was about $40-something more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
I went to Walmart, bought the same TV. It was like what, $125, and that's with tax. It was originally like $118, or like $119. And with tax, like $125.
So I mean,
you know
yeah, of course, being smart with your money, like,
oh yeah,
look,
something you gotta learn.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
You got to.
Savings. I know we've talked about stocks and obviously this video and our past video, but being able to save, being able to put your money, invest, put it in some smart places, you know, and just grow your wealth. You know what I'm saying? At that point,
don't be dumb with your stocks.
Or money. Just
don't
like me.
sell them shits quick either. Don't, not just him, bro. I did the same thing too, bro. I did the same thing. But his is worse. His is even worse. I don't know if you're gonna lie. Look, that Dogecoin, be careful with that.
Look,
I love it. I love the Dogecoin personally.
I really sold all my shares. All my shares at 5 cents. And now it's up to 17 cents, and maybe
we don't even know what it's at right now.
Yeah, we don't necessarily know, but at what it was now, before it was 17 cents, and you might think, what, 12 cents isn't anything, but
it's at 18.
For the amount of,
it's at 18 right now.
For the
that shit just keeps going up. That shit is going up.
For the amount I had, for the amount of shares I had at that little price that I bought it at, you know what I'm saying? It would have been great, you know. It would have been smart. I would have, if I kept on watching the stocks, kept on reading some news about
Deutsch
it. It would have
keeping me alive.
It would have been something else.
I'll be in red right now, bro. If it wasn't for Deutsch, bro, I'm in green and I'm up, my nigga. And I'm up investing too. Come on, Deutsch. Like Elon said, that is.
Damn.
Like Elon said, that is the crypto of the people. So why not use it? Come on.
So I mean, regarding everything that we said today, you know what I'm saying, how everything is, you know what I'm saying. A couple takeaways. Come on now, you know, just enjoy. You know what I'm saying. Enjoy life, right?
Make the best out of it.
Really make the best out of it.
Find out what you love. Personally, things are getting, you know, back because you look like today. I was driving around. I went to the gym early. And by the time I got out, it was like school is like about to start. Like kids were walking to school, and we're in Jersey, and Jersey's like very, very strict on COVID. And there's already kids, you know, going to school, and you know everything is slowly but surely opening up. It's just how are you going to, you know what I'm saying? You could go back to normal. It's about how are you going to, you know what I'm saying, continue to go, because normal or not, I'm going to continue to be me and continue to work the same as I've been working, you know, since COVID started. It doesn't matter if about COVID or not having COVID. This is a blessing. Of course, there's ugliness to it, but there's always blessings when it comes to it.
Yeah.
This is a time where a lot of people woke up and realized that they weren't doing the right things in their lives, and they changed and they became something of themselves. And they're in a period where we're being told that we can't, you know what I'm saying? Just keep doing it. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody but this little mind, that little voice that's in here, bro.
Yeah.
That's it. Because that's the only voice that's going to help you and make sure you're good. Not that he's good or no, you.
No, yeah.
You got to make sure. Before everybody else is good, before you can help anybody else, you got to make sure to help yourself. Because if you can't help yourself, how you going to help somebody else, man?
No, 100%.
Think about it.
And at that point, too, like, look, it doesn't matter where you come from, your background, what you believe, you know what I'm saying? First, don't let anybody, first of all, stereotype you when it comes to it. Don't
ever let nobody put you in a box.
This is what you are, so you gotta do this, or this is who you are, or this is your type of people, or this and that. Nah, because at the end of the day, it's your life, you know what I'm saying, your direction, you know, and you pick where you want to go. All right, good, bad, beautiful, ugly. You pick something bad, it might turn out ugly. Yeah. You pick out a beautiful thing,
it could be ugly. It could be ugly too.
It could be ugly, but you know what?
It's beautiful.
As long as it's beautiful, you get some good out of it. You keep on grinding.
Hey, it's not fully ugly. It's just parts of it, like little, you know what I'm saying? You look at a tree. I'm gonna put an example. Say it's a tree. It's not, you know, if it's evil, the bark is going, and not the bark, the roots and the bark is going to be evil, and the branches will be whatever. There's a little bit of they're not going to be good because they're all surrounded by evilness.
Yeah.
If you got roots of good and roots and a bark of good, there still can be branches of evil. That's what I'm trying to get at.
No, yeah, and when you come with it, you know, when you come with that analogy and how you said it, like you could be rooted in good, you know what I'm saying? How you were taught, how you were raised, this and that, but your surroundings, that bark, you know what I'm saying, might not be all good and pretty. It might not be the rainbows, but you're able to push out of that, which would be leaves, and sprout out something good, you know what I'm saying, and have the sunlight and have that goodness shine upon you, and do what you got to do, you know, 100%.
But you know, I think, you know, we touched upon what we had to touch upon with you guys. You know, we're glad to be back. You know, we're glad, you know, to get in front of this camera, you know, have this conversation, you know, take an hour of our days and just, you know, share with you, and you know, just some info for, you know, the videos, and you know, when to expect videos, when to expect posts. Every Monday and Wednesday, you guys should be expecting. You guys should be getting. There should be every Monday, every Wednesday around you know, afternoon time, around, you know, from 1 o'clock to 4 or 5 o'clock. You can be expecting, you know, the post to be on that Monday or on that Wednesday, and that's pretty much it. You know, 2 podcasts per week right now. We want to get more different type of content out for you guys. You know, obviously, you know how Reef said earlier. You know how we want to get out there, interview, and do different, you know, type of vlogging, different type of content, challenges, anything, you know, that, you know,
that pieces that also,
of course,
that we can do for y'all.
Yeah, we can change it. We can change it up for y'all. You know, it brings a different personality, a different aspect of us. Also, not just us sitting here in front of a mic talking. You know, it's more of a.
And I mean, get ready. I mean, for the next couple, well, not next couple, but for the handful of videos, you will see me and Juju. Ja will be coming back very soon. These next couple weeks after football, he'll definitely let y'all know what he's been up to and how he's been doing. And if you guys are interested, I'll let you know how my training and everything will go on for that regarding the Marine Corps and myself.
And y'all shorty need some cocktails, I got you too, bro.
For the bartending experience,
whip it
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Nah, but
none of this water, meal, and vodka shit that I've been hearing about. Can't do that.
Water, vodka, and Mio, like the.
Yeah, this
no way, bro. No way.
That's that down south type drink, bro.
Nah,
I don't know about all that.
Hey, but guys, make sure tune in to every video. Make sure to tune into this one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, so you make sure you in tune for every single post we do. Sir. Also, follow our channels. Our Instagram and TikToks will be down in the description, as well as our personalized Instagrams. Also, Johnson's will be down in the description, also below. And you know, we just glad to see you guys.
Show the love.
Of course.
Glad to be here.
Great seeing y'all. Stay safe.